For as long as most of us can remember, the web browser has been a pretty simple tool. It's been our window to the internet. We click, we search, we scroll. But all of that is about to change, big time. A brand new browser war is heating up, and this time the fight is over the very definition of what a browser is and what it can actually do for you. And this is the huge question that's driving this entire revolution. What if your browser stopped being a tool you just use and started being an intelligent partner you can actually collaborate with? We're talking about a partner that doesn't just show you information, but actually understands it, pulls it all together, and even takes action on your behalf. Yeah, it's a massive shift from a passive window to a proactive co-pilot. But okay, before we get too excited, we have to be real about the stakes here. This incredible new power, it comes with some incredible new risks. As this quote from a recent security report points out, the very tools that are designed to make us more productive are also opening up some scary new vulnerabilities. The browser is quickly becoming the new front line for data security. So what does this reimagined browser actually look like in practice? Let me be clear, we're not just talking about sticking a little chatbot in the sidebar. No, this is a fundamental change to the architecture, turning the browser from a simple display engine into an intelligent, autonomous agent. This slide really nails the before and after. On one side, you've got the classic browsing experience we all know. Endless manual clicks, that nightmare of a million tabs open, and basically, you doing all the heavy lifting. The new AI model just flips that script completely. Now, you use conversational commands, you get direct, synthesized answers, and your co-pilot, it does the work for you. So how in the world does it do all that? Well, the magic is in something called the agentic loop. It's this continuous three-step cycle that's always running. First, the AI agent observes what you're doing and the content on the page. Then, based on that context, it decides on what the most useful next step would be, like summarizing a long article or comparing a few products. And finally, and this is the really wild part, it acts on that decision all by itself. This observe, decide, act loop is what makes it a truly proactive partner. As you can imagine, this new reality has kicked off a frantic race between the tech giants. They're all competing to build the one AI browser that will define the future. So let's take a look at the key players who are already shaping this new landscape. And the field is getting crowded fast. You've got the AI pioneers, OpenAI and Perplexity, who are just pushing the limits of what's possible. Then you have these dedicated innovators like Arc and the browser company who are rethinking the entire user experience from the ground up. And of course, the big guys are here, Microsoft and the privacy-focused Brave, and they're each weaving AI into their browsers in their own unique way. So what are we talking about when we say superpowers? Well, it's all about automating those complex, tedious, multi-step tasks. I mean, just imagine this. Instead of opening 10 different tabs to find a flight, you just say to your browser, hey, find me the best direct flight from NYC to London next Tuesday for under $800 and book it. And the browser just does it. It navigates, it compares, it executes. That is a total game changer. What's really interesting is that the market is already starting to split up based on different core philosophies. Not all these AI browsers are trying to do the same thing. Some, like Arc and Dia, they're laser-focused on productivity for creative folks. Others, like Brave, have made privacy their absolute #1 mission. The giants, Chrome and Edge, are using their huge user base and focusing on accessibility. And then you have the pioneers like Atlas and Comet, who are just pushing for raw agentic power. But like we said at the beginning, all this incredible power comes at a price. An AI that can see everything you do and act on your behalf? Well, that introduces a whole new category of security and privacy risks that we really have to understand. Let's just start with our own behavior. This statistic it's honestly staggering. 77% of employees are already pasting potentially sensitive company data directly into generative AI prompts. Think about that. The browser has become this massive, unmonitored pipeline for data to just walk right out of the company, often through people's personal AI accounts. And then there's this completely new kind of threat called prompt injection. This is something that's totally unique to these new agentic systems. Basically, an attacker can hide malicious instructions inside a web page or an email. So when your helpful AI browser reads that content to summarize it for you, it gets tricked into executing the hidden command, like sending an email for you or clicking a malicious link. And listen, this isn't just a theory. Researchers actually demonstrated this in a real experiment. So, step 1, a malicious email with a hidden prompt gets sent to the AI agent. Step 2, The agent, just trying to be helpful, reads the email and is completely fooled by those hidden instructions. And then step 3, the payload. The AI was manipulated into solving a CAPTCHA and downloading malware, all on the user's behalf and totally without their knowledge. Scary stuff. And the dangers do not stop there. We're also looking at data leakage, where the sensitive content of the pages you visit gets sent off to third-party servers. There's this threat of tainted memories, a vulnerability that was found where a malicious instruction could basically poison the AI and stick around across different sessions. And finally, session hijacking, where attackers just bypass passwords completely to take over your entire active login. This revolution isn't just contained to our browsers. It is fundamentally remaking the entire web itself. Seriously, the old rules for how we find and rank information, they're quickly becoming obsolete. For years and years, the whole game has been SEO, right? Search engine optimization, fighting to get that top spot in a list of blue links. Well, the new game is AEO, or answer engine optimization. It's not about getting a click anymore. Now it's about having your content be so clear, so factual, and so well structured that the AI chooses you as a trusted source to build its direct answer.
So, for anyone out there who creates content for the web, this is the crucial takeaway. You have to start speaking the language of AI, and that means using structured data to label your content, writing with extreme clarity, using proper HTML, and building real authority so that these AI agents see you as a trustworthy source that's actually worth citing.
Okay, wow. We have covered the power, the players, the pretty serious risks, and the massive impact on the web. So now let's bring it all back home, to you. With all these new choices, how do you pick the right co-pilot for your needs? Here's a pretty simple framework based on what you care about most. If you're a designer, a writer, any kind of creative pro, ARC's focus on productivity and design is probably going to be a great fit. If data security is your absolute top priority, then Brave's privacy protection is just unmatched. It's the clear choice. And for enterprise users who really need that seamless integration with tools like Google Workspace, well, Chrome's new AI features are going to be tough to beat. And this chart really just lays out those core trade-offs visually. You can see right away how Arc just crushes it on productivity features, while Brave is way, way out in front on privacy protection. And meanwhile, Chrome completely dominates when it comes to ecosystem integration. There really is no single best browser right now. The right choice really comes down to what you value the most. Ultimately, success in this new browser war is going to come down to balancing these 3 critical pillars. The winners will be the ones who can offer that powerful, game-changing automation, while at the same time guaranteeing unwavering security, all wrapped up in a package that's just intuitive and easy to use. It's a really tough balance to strike, but that's the challenge ahead. So that brings us to the final, and I think the most important question of all. Your browser is the most intimate piece of software you use. I mean, it sees your searches, your purchases, your private messages, everything. And as it transforms from a simple window into an active co-pilot, the question is no longer just about features, it's about trust. Who do you trust to guide you?